did it just start like that? It must be some kind of trigger word or something. Must be some kind of trigger word. Yo, so your man Bam and Nic here. You know how we do with Talk Dat Talk. You know.
What's up, everybody?
It been a minute. You know, it been a long minute.
Happy Friday.
But we said we're gonna do it again.
I know y'all missed us.
It's been a long time. long time.
But we back.
And we definitely missed y'all.
And it's been some war out in the streets. How you feel about this whole male, female, what is it? War. Like it's a gender war. Gender war.
Gender wars. Man.
Like if you go in the comments of every subject nowadays between them, first of all, every podcast wants to talk about sex. Every single podcast.
Naturally. Sex sells. Sex sells.
Sex and relationships.
It's just the beginning
of
the
time. If
time.
you go in the comments, it's just nothing but men and women just
back and forth, right?
Back and forth.
It's the fight of, you know, it's the fight that it's not even a good fight. It's the never-ending fight, unfortunately. It's always the back and forth. It's always the back and forth. And
it's
for
like
what?
All the men are in chaos since Kevin Samuels passed. Did you listen to Kevin Samuels?
No.
Good. Thank you very much.
No. But I must admit, I did hear him one time, and he said some real shit.
What was he talking about? Was he laying into a female?
He did. He He said some real shit, and I can't take that from him. But I gotta, you gotta know too. Like, come on, there are women out here who are just acting like they on the pedestal.
Gotcha.
Right?
I'm hearing this a lot from
now. We like to put women on the pedestal. We've talked about this many a times. We like to put women on the pedestal.
I'm hearing this. Okay.
But overall, because we don't want a line forming outside, I'm gonna say this. We hold all women on the pedestal because you're women, you give birth to life.
Okay.
Now let's get past that part. Okay? Let's get that out the way.
Okay.
Now, when you want to look past that part and look at the women for who they are, everybody can't get judged the same.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They got to get judged for who they are, what they've been doing.
I'm glad you made that point.
It's very important.
Because a lot of men are generalizing women and making statements that are very, including every woman. It's not every woman.
That's sad, and I can't vouch for that, fellas. But that's what happens when people start talking. Mm-hmm. You can never pinpoint who, how many.
Exactly.
It's a numbers game.
Exactly.
Can't just generalize and say everybody. But now when we start talking, we can talk about certain type of people, men or women, and we know who the shoe fit.
That's right.
And y'all out there who be faking the funk and acting like the shoe don't fit, you got to look in the mirror at some point and realize the shoe fit.
Exactly.
Because that's where the problem lies. The motherfuckers who the shoe fit, and they want to act like it don't fit. They want to act like they're not Cinderella no more.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay.
So here it is. When women do some shit, that's foul. Mm-hmm. We should be able to say this shit is foul without saying, oh, you wrong, that's not nice. But now again, women, I like to stick up for y'all. Fellas, you gotta make sure you held accountable too for the bullshit that you do.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, that's the problem. That's the disconnect. Nobody wants to be held accountable.
I mean, this is the complaint. I see the women saying the men don't want to be held accountable, and the men saying the women don't want to be held accountable. Everybody just basically pointing a finger at each other.
And it's better to just be quiet. Well, I mean, who wants to really take the blame?
Right.
Motherfuckers don't want to take the blame.
Right. Absolutely.
But you need to and move past it.
Right.
That's what bothers me.
Yeah, we keep hovering over the same.
We keep fighting.
Same issues over and over and over. Like nobody wants to give in. Basically, is what it is.
Like let's figure it out. Let's figure it out.
Exactly. What's the resolution?
Right.
Exactly.
Let's figure out how to do better.
Exactly.
And let's do better.
Exactly.
But motherfuckers don't want to do that. I don't know why. But something got to change. Listen, it right now, like you said, Everybody is in the comments or whatever you looking at, whatever it might be. Women and men are in the comments, and they start bickering back and forth.
It's the same arguments. It's the 50-50 bill conversation. Okay, nobody wants, all the women want to be taken care of, but the men don't want to take care of the woman. It's the 50-50 conversation. It's the you could do it, but we can't conversation. That's men, of course. Men saying that, they can operate a certain way, but women can't.
Right, right.
It's the...
Listen, they got that song out there. I don't know who sings it, but girls is players too.
Oh, yes.
I love that song.
Yes.
Whoever you are, that's a dope ass song. That shit is hard. I know that's got to be a lot of women's theme song right now, because that shit is fire.
Yes.
Like, that brought me back to the 90s and 2000s of hip hop.
Yes.
That was fire. But now the thing is, men, I know, they gonna say, yo, you can't do X, Y, Z, but they'll go do X, Y, Z.
Exactly.
Now,
exactly.
It's two ways that we're gonna flip this coin. Heads, they won't do it. Tails, they giving up that tail to somebody else if you outside and not coming home. Love to bring that ass home? Guess what? She might not be home when you got there or get there either, because her tail's somewhere else.
Do you know why I think there is a gender war? I'll tell you why I think there's a gender war. I feel like for years, men have been talking shit about women, right? And we've just taken it on the chin, basically, right? I think this is the first time that women are kicking that shit back to men, and they're like losing their minds.
Right, because y'all tired. Y'all tired.
Yes.
You're tired of the bullshit.
I think where the level of tolerance is like changed. They don't want a woman with a bunch of bodies. Now women are saying that to men, like, I don't want you. You know what I mean? If you were out here wilding out, like, it's kicking it. Women are kicking the same shit back to men, and it's like
they don't know how to handle it.
No,
they don't know how to handle it.
Nope. Like, single mothers have been getting a bad rep for like forever. Like, oh, she's a single mother, she got baggage. Now the women are saying, you have baggage, right? Because we never used to kick that back to men. So it's like now women are saying, they're judging them under the same light that they've been judged. So I think that's where the war is.
Well, look, I'm going to tell you like this. Fellas, if you got baggage, then you better come to the table correct.
Exactly.
Exactly. Now, I'm going to say this. If you got kids, I hope you're looking for custody. Don't sit here and just let the mama have custody.
I just had a man, this is how you know the mentality of men, some men. I just had a man tell me that he would never date me because I'm a single mother and I have luggage. So I'm like, okay, well, that's your right. I told him, well, you might lose out on a good woman.
Right.
And he's like, but I could find a good one with no kids. I'm like, okay, that's your right. I asked him how many kids he has. 4.
See, he's a dickhead.
Why are you saying...
That's just honest. He's a dickhead. And I can't vouch for that. He's a dickhead.
You wouldn't date me. I said to him, actually, I'm a more of a catch than you because I have 1. You have 4.
Right.
I said, you have the same luggage. But this is the mentality of men that are out there. Like...
Some men.
Exactly.
But see, what did I tell y'all a long time ago? If y'all don't stop dealing with them sucker ass niggas...
Exactly.
They gonna keep, right. Like I said, if you force them to change, they will, cause they ain't gonna fuck each other.
That's right.
Unless, but we ain't gonna go there. But I've been telling y'all that for the longest.
I think that's what's happening.
We can sit here and go back to the old shows and take a look and see what's happening, and you'll realize that your man BAM had you in the plan the whole time. I've been telling y'all what to do. I'm finally happy to hear that. Y'all are doing it. Yeah. But the thing is,
not tolerating it.
Be happy.
Exactly.
That homeboy don't want to fuck
exactly.
Shit. Because you're missing you're missing the dud right now. Exactly. You're missing the dud. See, everything happens for a reason and good time. So
I said, you know what? I wouldn't mess with you with 4, so we're right on the same page.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Have a good love life.
So at the end of the day, if we're gonna continue to go back and forth, ladies and gentlemen, we ain't gonna get nowhere.
That's right.
We don't get nowhere.
We gotta come to a conclusion and resolution.
At some point.
Talk these things out.
At some point.
One big thing now that the men are doing, again, have you heard this term, passport bros?
It sounds familiar. But it sounds like these motherfuckers is probably just going DR, and
Yes.
they just fucking. And at the end of the day, if that's the case, fellas, it is what it is.
Well, the
that's
funny
what
thing
you want
is,
to do. They want to go spend their
I
money and
think
do that. Let them
passport
do
bros,
it.
they're confused. They're not all on the same page. Because I have a homeboy that said he's just going to have fun. The passport bros are supposed to be men who are tired of westernized women and they're going to other countries to find wives.
Wives or
Yes,
good time?
wives. It's supposed to be, I'm going to
let
other
them,
countries
let
to
them,
find wives.
let them go, because what happened is, like my man Eddie once said, once they get Americanized, they're gonna say, "I want half, Eddie, half."
Exactly.
Because it's only gonna be so long you can, do whatever you're doing. And if they want to do it, I gotta say, just let them do it, because they gotta learn the language and it'll be nice.
That's what I said, man. I don't know why you shitting on American women. It's not necessarily American women. It's the society that we're in. If you go get another woman from another country and bring her here, she's gonna turn into the woman here. It's not necessarily the woman. It's the society that we've in the environment that we grew up in. That's what made us westernized.
So what I'm gonna tell you how this is gonna play out, fellas. The way it's gonna play out is you go get her, you want to bring her back to America. Sure, bring her back to America. You're gonna basically make her your housewife. Right. She's gonna be there cooking, cleaning, taking care of the house. And if you decide to have kids, I guess she's gonna now be the kid's mother, the main caretaker, while you out here working. Now, let me pose this question. How long is that gonna last till you start looking at her like, yo, you need to get a job? What is you doing? Because we know how this works.
Very true.
We love Pootie Tang, and after a while, Pootie Tang gets old. I don't want to be rude. Forgive me for saying it. I'm just saying the mentality.
Well, it's convenient and comfortable, basically. And you're like, she's just another.
Right.
And she doesn't have the bright bow she had.
You want some more. You want something new. But now here's the setup that you're setting yourself up for, fellas. You done brung her here. You done took care of her. And if you got kids, you've been taking care of her. So now, especially if you married her, or just on alone having the kids, she's now entitled to half. So you're going to go to court and be mad because she's going to win and get half? So figure it out. So I don't understand why passport bros want to go somewhere else to wife something up.
Right.
Now,
that's what you got home.
I will say this. Don't blame me. I don't want no wives coming to talk to me. I don't want women coming to be mad at me. But I'm just going to throw this out there. Fellas, if you don't feel like being in a relationship, you feel like it's hard work, because it is. It's hard work. This shit is hard. It ain't always 50-50. Sometimes this shit is 60-40, 70-30, 20-70, 90-10, 10-90, 100-0. It be like that. And it can go either way. Whoever could be on top, winning and contributing. But the key is, if you got somebody that's your partner, and this goes beyond sex, and you can mentally get together, you could emotionally get together, and you got a bond that's unbreakable, you got a ride or die, it's gonna work. But now, if that ain't for you, because it is work, if it ain't for you, here's my suggestion. Be honest with women you meet. Tell them you're not ready for a relationship, right?
Exactly.
Now, when that happens, you might get, let's just use an average of 50%. 50% of women are going to say, all right, I ain't with it. 50% might rock with you. Whatever the numbers, play with them however you want. But at the end of the day, here's the best thing for you to do. Go ahead to DR. Spend the bread. Get your fantasies out. Come back over here. Grind. Chase your dreams. Live your life. Do whatever it is you do without entangling a woman's emotions over here, getting her caught up and getting mad at each other. Fuck all that.
Exactly.
Get your money, or whatever it may be, if it's philanthropy, whatever it is you want, because I don't want to make it seem like the world is just about money. It helps, it's a beautiful thing.
Right.
But whatever it is that floats your boat, do it on your daily basis here.
Right.
And maybe once every 2 months.
Right.
Go ahead to DR or wherever you're going to go. Rock out your fantasies.
Be honest. That's the key word. Be honest. Be honest. You can't be lying to a woman and then when she finds the truth, call her crazy when she busts out your windows. You were lying. What you think is going to happen?
Right. Right.
You got to be honest.
And in this day and age, fellas, you can be honest. And I know it's
exactly.
It sucks because I know sometimes we just don't feel like it because we're like, But again, if you don't want to be bothered with women here, then it's okay. Go ahead to DR, like I said. Get your rocks out. And when you meet women here, just, if they come on you, just be like, nah, my lifestyle is crazy. Now, let me ask you this.
Why do men, since we're talking about lying and being honest, why do men feel the need to lie, right, to try and get vagina that they haven't even experienced yet? You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you an example. I went out on a date with a dude. I asked him if he had any kids. He said no. 6 months later, I found out that a girl gives birth to his kid, right? So she was pregnant when I asked you this question, right? And you said no, right? So you lied and manipulated to get to me. Why? You didn't even, my shit could have been trash.
Right.
What was the point in lying?
Well, as a man, I'm gonna just be honest. I think it's a default that we got in this.
Oh my God.
It's nature.
It is not nature to be a liar.
I'm trying to tell you, it's a default. Like, you say the wrong shit out your mouth and you just never fix it. Because you just can't never find the right time to fix it.
Okay. You know why? Because there's 100 other vaginas. If you lose one along the process,
I get it.
Who cares?
Yeah, I know. But I'm just trying to say it's a default that we have in us. It's like it's like a see, it's just unexplainable. That's what it is. It's just unexplainable. And the thing is that I've been there. Where you want the truth to come out, but it don't.
So let me ask you this. Is it, okay, so in that instance, right, this man knew that if I knew that he had a girl pregnant, I wouldn't touch him, right? I'd be like, have a nice day, have a nice day.
Most likely, right.
Right. But that is who you are, right? You are a father-to-be. So if you're lying about that, do you feel like it's a form of insecurity, right? Because you're now changing kind of who you are and how you're presenting yourself. I have to assume if you're lying about something, you know that something is wrong with it.
That's male hoe shit. I mean, if y'all don't know what male hoe shit is, well, now you know. That's male hoe shit. Sometimes we just want anything we could get.
What the hell?
It's male hoe shit.
What the hell?
I know it you don't want to accept it right now, but I'm just giving you the truth. It's male hoe shit.
Yeah, because how am I gonna know where to place you, where to put you, and how to treat you if you are lying about the circumstances that are attached to you? Well, that's so fucking unfair.
We not. Yeah, it is.
It's
and
so unfair.
We can admit it may not be fair, but we ain't looking for longevity. We about to have a baby. We just want some pussy.
You got some at home.
But we want more. See, here's the thing. And please again, ladies, don't be mad at me. I don't want to line outside.
That's how you know it's bad. Because you got to lead with that. You have to lead with that.
Because it's the truth. And I want to speak the truth without women getting mad at me.
Y'all hear this?
I don't want y'all mad at me because I'm speaking the truth. Now, do I agree with it? Am I promoting it? No. But I'm speaking, we're having dialogue, and I'm trying to let y'all understand the psyche of male hoe shit. It is what it is. Listen, that's like saying, why does a woman cheat on her man? Could be a million reasons, right? But the first reason most women are gonna say is because my man cheated, or you know what I mean. That's just how it is. You know what I mean?
It's the get back.
You know, instead of breaking it down for what it is and taking any of the blame.
It's the get back.
It's automatically gonna be a deflect of, oh well, this nigga did this nigga did that.
Right.
But this is why I'm just trying to be honest. Male whole shit. When dudes just want some pussy, they gonna say what they want to say. They gonna forget about some rules. Things will go out the window. It's nature. And again, I am not promoting this, but I want us to look at nature for a second. When a cat or an animal is out here living in the wild, does it have a wife?
No. It has many. Well, some animals do. They have a partner, not a wife.
Okay. Cool. But on average, if we just start randomly just looking at wildlife, wildlife will have sex with one, go have sex with something else.
Right.
Right? That is nature.
Right.
And man is not so far removed from nature.
Right.
Now, I know people will get biblical and talk about men have choices, human beings have freedom of will and all of that. But remember, the flesh is weak, the will is weak. So when someone succumbs to temptation, it only proves that they're human.
So I get all that. I totally get that. I understand it.
Now, I ain't saying it's right. I'm
the
glad you
lying
get it.
part, though, is where I get lost.
Is
just
why
right
I said
there.
it's a flaw. You know how
That's
you
why
can
it
buy a
is.
pretty car?
Right.
Pick a car right now, ladies and gentlemen. What car do you like? That car will come off the lot pretty.
Right.
Whether it's brand new,
Right.
whether it's used, whether it's pre-owned,
Right.
it looks good in your eyes.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Till you get the news flash or the letter in the mail saying there's a recall. Because something in it ain't
Not
right.
Okay. So that's what you're saying. That's what men are.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I have that flaw.
And listen,
I was gonna say the cats out here, they keep it real. They might fuck one right here and go right here. The one that he just fucked is watching it. Okay, we know what's up.
Some, but then I've seen cats fight. So I mean,
Very true. Very true.
But and again, I'm just trying to be honest, and it happens, and these things are.
I want men to fuck whatever they want to fuck, how many they want to fuck. I just want y'all to verbalize that to the person that thinks you're not doing that. That's all. You just need to verbalize what it is that you're doing so that the other person can make that decision on their own if they want to rock with it or not. You should not be lying and manipulating your way into a situation because then that person's decision is not based on the truth. That person might not even want to be there. You know what I mean? Which is probably why men lie in the first place.
Here's my philosophy. If you came out to see the play, trust no one.
See, it's funny because a man just said that to me. He said women are weak because you should trust nobody. I said, but now if I go into a relationship not trusting anybody, I'm going to look like I'm the psycho, like I have trauma or I have like baggage. But he said the same thing.
It's sad,
he
right?
said the same. Yes, that's
But
really
listen,
sad.
it's not just women. There's a lot of there's a lot of dudes too. You think dudes ain't out here getting caught up? You know, out here taking women to dinner who they get no ass after dinner.
Oh,
They
speaking of
don't
that,
even get a phone call after dinner. I mean,
what do you think about buffer dates?
I don't even know what a buffer date
I'm going to
is.
explain what a buffer date is. So again, this is another gender war thing. The men are saying they don't want to take women out and spend their money, right? Because it may not go anywhere, right? So they don't want to spend no real money. So
Right.
a buffer date is taking her to somewhere cheaper so that you can get that first conversation out. So I guess that would be like taking her to a coffee shop.
Didn't I tell you all this years ago?
You did.
Where's my crystal ball?
Take her to the
Where's my
park.
crystal ball? Because I've been said, go get ice cream, go get pizza.
A buffer date. A buffer date. A buffer
I just didn't have a name for it back then. I
Now,
created
fellas,
buffer dates.
when I originally heard this, I said to the man, buff these nuts. Because I don't want no goddamn buffer date. You can buff these nuts.
You should want it too. You should want a buffer date too.
But after thinking about it, I get it.
Tiff,
I get it.
didn't I say this, Tiff?
I get it.
I said this.
You did
if you
say
watch y'all, I've said all of these things before.
You did say this.
I've been telling y'all what it should be.
And men, y'all don't see. That's the thing. I think the disconnect is with men. Men, a buffer date could turn into something big because if you make it into something that really impresses her, like you may be going home with her that night. If you take me to the picnic and you come with a picnic basket and a picnic basket and a blanket and wine bottles and fruit, I'm gonna fall in love.
Right. So see, to me, and I'll say this: a buffer date is gonna allow you both to see who you're dealing with.
Right.
You both need that.
Right. That's true.
It's important.
That's true.
You both need that because just because you locked eyes with, what did I also say before? People's first attraction to each other is physical.
Absolutely.
You look pretty, you look handsome, you sexy, you looking good. The imagination is flying, but you have no clue where their head is at.
That's right. None. Don't know.
So that buffer date does everybody a favor.
Mm-hmm.
You don't sit here.
You're not spending $200 on Roof Chris and shit like that.
Right.
You just going to Starbucks or to the park.
Right. Starbucks, cut us a check since she said your name. Roof Chris, cut us a check since she said your name.
That's right.
But seriously, a buffer date would allow you to just get to know somebody a little bit more.
Absolutely.
And kind of make a decision.
Absolutely.
Is this where you wanted to go? Mm-hmm. Like, you literally can have a conversation with someone and they may say something that just don't go with your views.
Exactly.
Now that's going to change everything.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Where you want that to go now?
Exactly.
Where if their views that they just expressed that they're backing,
right,
you not with.
You're right.
So now you say, oh, this is a person I don't want to deal with because their views are not in line with mine, or I can't respect their views,
right,
or at least those views of this person got me now seeing them in a different light. And you know what? they're not even sexy to me no more.
And it didn't take $150 to find that out.
Right.
Maybe it took $20.
You know what I mean? I take that all day.
Absolutely.
You know?
I can see that.
It's important. I mean, listen, if y'all follow us for more relationship tips, I think you get where you need to be, whether it's by yourself or with somebody. And being alone ain't a problem. It may not be forever. It might be for a month. It might be for a couple weeks. It might be for the night. It might be a couple years. But you follow us for more relationship advice and tips. And let us know what you need and what's going on in your life. And, I think we could probably give you a little insight.
We're going to try to end this gender war. We need to come to understanding with each other.
I like the sound of that.
Yes.
See, the fact that you're saying that, that's big, y'all. Because if y'all know her, woo, her booty must be soft.
I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired.
Her booty got to be soft.
Especially black men and women. We fighting way too much. We are just fighting way too much. We gotta get back to the love, because we going crazy out here right now.
Y'all done ran the black man off to the white woman, the Spanish woman, the Greek woman, the European woman.
I don't know. Y'all been on that shit.
You wonder why?
More black women
I'm just saying, don't pick it.
Going the other way.
Don't pick it, because black women going to get other men too.
They are. I mean,
we're gonna have
ladies,
a bunch of.
We might have to start a little passport sisters. Maybe we need to go into other countries and see what the options are. You hear what I'm saying?
Walk on the beach with Dexter. What you doing on the island all by yourself?
I'm on some. Men call it tit for tat, but I call it returning the energy. See how that sounds way better than tit for tat? It's returning the energy that's given to me. That's all it is. Giving back what I get.
I'm not gonna fight y'all on that. I'm not. I'm in total agreement with you. Let's stop the gender wars. Let's stop the back and forth, the fighting each other. I don't care what color you are. At the end of the day,
we gotta cut it out.
Men and women, we gotta figure out how to coexist and find love again. It would be real dope. We get so much from it, and
right.
It's only gonna produce more love.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Only gonna produce more love.
Yeah, we need it. There's a lot of women now that's like they don't want no kids. They don't want to get married. It sounded very different from when it did like years ago. Very, very different.
Nah, listen.
It's changing.
I was on the verge of being single forever, going to DR, having a good time.
Your thing, right?
Just gave y'all the blueprint, right? I do my thing here, but when I don't feel like dealing with no nonsense, and go to DR. I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you got that fantasy you want to fulfill. The mind frame, if y'all don't know, is why am I gonna go spend $100 and that's on the low.
Right.
$100 on a date, because if you start thinking movies, dinner,
movies alone could be $100 for tickets and snacks.
Right. You know what I mean? A show, a concert, gas, hotel if you don't go to your own place right away. Like these type of date nights, they don't compare to a buffer date.
Yeah, you're
like
right.
They get expensive.
That's right.
They can be your car note.
That's right. Very true. Very
we ain't
true.
even talk about flowers and candy.
Right.
So the thing is, regardless of the money, I'm a big person on my time.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to waste my time.
I would say that's more what I'm concerned with is the time. Right. The time aspect. Absolutely.
Like the time you waste with somebody, you'd be mad.
I saw a clip. I don't know if you saw it, but it was a female that was waiting. I guess it was the first date. She waited at the restaurant for 2 hours for him. I guess he was like on the phone and told her, I'm gonna be late. But they got into it because she felt because she waited 2 hours, not only does he need to pay for her food, but she's gonna order food for her 2 kids and he should pay for it.
Ooh.
And I mean, this was going on at the table with the waitress.
Ooh. Okay, so let me
standing there.
Let me say how that should have worked out.
First of all, I would never, ladies, y'all different. I'm not waiting for. We just talked about time.
Right.
I'm not waiting for nobody at no restaurant for 2 hours.
I'm not mad at you.
Never.
That had to be like
happen.
Like it really would have had to be some good conversation.
Right.
But I'm gonna say this 2 ways. As a man, knowing she had kids, I would have said.
That's where.
Go ahead, home.
Because you should have saw what was in the comments, like men and women, and it was just like, y'all gotta have common sense. Like we were just talking about wasting somebody's time.
Right.
If I have kids, I'm not. Who's sitting in the restaurant for 2 hours if you have kids and like responsibilities? Nobody. So. Of course, I probably would never ask a man, like, oh, well, now you're going to pay for my kids. But I could see where she's coming from because she probably maybe got a babysitter. You know what I mean? So I could see where she's coming from. But I wouldn't have never. 30 minutes, I'm giving you tops.
Right.
And then I would have ordered my food and left. That's how that would have been.
Yeah, like I said, the paying for somebody's kids because you was 2 hours late is either a joke or it's a bet.
Like, I get where she was going with it. Like, you had me sitting for 2 hours. I got a babysitter. I get that part, but it's like,
what was she like? Was she being like a hood rat type of?
She was like,
for my kid.
Yes.
Or what? Oh, okay.
She was like, waitress, come here.
That's what I was
I'll
trying to figure out.
Such and such and such and such, the kids meal, da da da. And he's like, why are you ordering kids meal? And she's like, because you're gonna pay for it. See now
that's foul.
Right.
See, that's what I was trying to get at, because if it was a bet,
right.
Like, listen, I'm gonna be there no longer than an hour and 45 minutes.
Right.
If I'm wrong, then I gotta buy the kids some food. You know what I'm saying? Because
she was like telling him and like started ordering on her own.
That's wrong.
Right.
And see, there's a lot of those situations out here where people are just being too over the top
Mm-hmm.
and being rude.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we got the disconnect too.
Yep.
Like, let's have some respect.
Yep.
Like you said, go ahead, like give a person a half hour.
Right.
Go ahead home.
That's
after.
right. Absolutely.
You know, and you got two options. Give the person another shot, rain check,
or just be like, I'm done.
It's a wrap.
Right.
Right. You're done. Like, I've been there. I've had it. Like, I remember somebody said, if you walk out that door, don't ever call me again.
Absolutely.
I walked out the door.
Absolutely.
And in my mind, I said, I'm just never calling again.
Right.
I don't think I called again.
Right.
And if I did, she ain't answer. But you know.
You gotta be willing to deal with the consequences.
Right.
Do what you want. Just
Right.
be willing to deal with the consequences.
Right.
That's
Exactly. And you got to stand on your word. You got to stand on your word.
That's why I got his point, because did you tell him if I sit here for 2 hours, you got to order for my food for my kids? Like,
right.
You made that choice to continue to sit there, so
right.
You kind of got to deal with the consequence
right.
of what it is.
Right. Now, you know,
that.
I get it. It's messed up. Like, you know, you had to wait 2 hours.
Right.
But, you know, my question for her, I would love to speak to her. If anybody know who she is, please let us know. I would love to ask her a few questions.
We're gonna play a clip. We're gonna insert that clip. I'm sure y'all saw it because it went viral. It definitely went.
I would love to talk to her because I gotta ask her this. Like, yo, what was your time frame for this date?
Right.
Because you blew 2 hours for
right.
him being late. So how much more time did
all
you
the
have
men
in your
saying
mind?
She must have been real hungry, and her kids must have been real hungry to sit there for 2 hours.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how long did she allot to be out on a date? She blew 2 hours. So how much time you saying to yourself
exactly
he got left on this date with you if you already blew 2 hours in the air?
Exactly.
You got 2 more hours? I mean, or was it your whole night allotted because
right.
maybe you thought you was going to see a show or going to the telly or taking a walk? Whatever it may be, I just would love to talk to her. I'd like to know. I got questions. Because I don't want to sit here and just go off the meat rack and just be blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that. I got some questions that I would love answered so I can know how to continue to talk about her. Because I don't, you know, but that's emotion. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that.
That's a fact. That's a
crazy.
fact.
You don't do that. That's bananas.
Yeah,
you don't do that at all.
I agree.
You know. But yo, you know, we in a world where, like you said, the back and forth, we gotta figure out what we're doing.
That's right.
Where we going with it, because this shit is crazy.
It's a better way to handle it than what we're doing.
So yo, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned with us. We're doing things a little different again these days.
Exactly.
But this is still Talk That Talk.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm your man Bam. This is Nick. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. Check us out. Subscribe. Hit the comments. Follow us on all the social media pages. All right.
Peace.